excited to be with you guys today. I'm even more excited to be a part of California's history as one of the first recipients of the COVID-19 vaccine made by Kaiser in the state. We frontline workers have been working around the clock over the past 9 months, sacrificing so much of what we do and love to take care of our patients. We've been doing this while trying to take care of our own families and keep them safe. What I want you guys to know is that help is on the way. Today's just the first step. Soon more vaccines will be distributed to the frontline workers in our most vulnerable populations. I also want people to know that the vaccine is safe, and when it's made widely available, I encourage everyone to take it so that we can get rid of this pandemic and get back to normal life. Perhaps the best way that you can support us nurses right now is to continue wearing a mask, maintain physical distance, stay home for the holidays, and wash your hands. We can't win this fight alone. We need your help to keep our numbers down and to slow the spread of COVID-19.
Today, 4 different locations in the state received vaccines. This was one of the critical sites. Over 17,000 vaccines are down in that ultra-cold refrigerator just downstairs here in the basement. In Southern California, down in San Diego, we had vaccines delivered, and of course up in Northern California at San Francisco General Hospital and St. Joseph Hospital, all the way up in Eureka. That's 4 sites today. Tomorrow, 24 additional sites will receive the vaccine, an additional 5 sites on Wednesday. You'll get a sense of the cadence as these vaccine numbers grow, as more and more vaccines are delivered. 33,150 doses were received today here in the state of California. Part of the commitment from Pfizer to provide the state of California 327,600 doses. We are hopeful and enthusiastic about the prospect of Moderna following up after Pfizer with an additional 672,600 doses, potentially within a week or so. We are working for planning purposes so people get a sense of what the state is working, again, from a planning perspective, looking at anywhere from 2.1 to 2.16 million doses by the end of the calendar year. Now, I want to put that in perspective. We have roughly 2.5 million, 2.4 million healthcare workers. Today, we had 5 of our healthcare workers at least get the first shot of immunization, the first dose. In 21 days, they will be getting a subsequent dose. Let's put this moment in perspective. It is a day where we can lay claim to the fresh air of progress versus that stale air of normalcy. But nonetheless, as was stated, we have to be sober and mindful about the moment we are in, which is challenging and trying. Today, we received as many doses in the entire state of California as there were new cases in the state of California. Over 33,000 new cases recorded today, averaging 31,000 new cases in this state in the last 7 days. 159 people on average have lost their lives every single day in this state in the last week. We've seen a positivity rate in this state go from 3.5% 6 weeks ago to over 10.6% today, close to tripling just in 6 weeks. It is foundational at this moment of optimism and hope that we're also mindful of this moment in the context of our individual effort to do what we can to advance the non-pharmaceutical interventions that have been so impactful in this fight against the pandemic. It is so important that we continue to be vigilant, that we socially distance, physically distance, that we maintain our vigilance as it relates to wearing face coverings, wearing masks, and do everything in our power to mitigate not just the spread and the transmission of this virus, but to mitigate the impact in emergency departments, in ICUs all across this state.
Most importantly, I want to acknowledge Kim Taylor and the other Kaiser healthcare workers who got the vaccine just a moment ago. They're our real heroes. They're the ones that deserve this. The past months have been, as you know, very challenging for all of us, but hope is here. Relief is here. And the vaccine is here.
We are marching through the horror of this moment. There's no way around that. The times the cases we had just 6 weeks ago in this county. But today we're also marching through the hope of this moment. And we hold that horror and that hope together. The horror reminding us that while we celebrate today, don't let up. Don't stop doing what's right and keeping that distance and wearing your mask. I've got this nice Kaiser mask today. Making sure you wash your hands and stay away from each other. It is not the time to let up. Second, it is the hope of this moment. To have witnessed the vaccines that we just saw brought a tear to my eye because it shows human ingenuity. It shows the stubbornness that human beings have. We want to survive, we want to thrive, and we will make it through this. And that hope that we have today will only be hope if we can minimize the deaths and the hospitalizations before us in these next couple months. If we can bend this curve down, beat it down to the ground, as you have done so marvelously in this county. And so while we see and we thank the researchers and the doctors, the folks who took part in the clinical trials, and the folks like Kim Taylor, who I'll introduce in a moment, who have been the ones who bravely stepped forward to serve and now bravely step forward, I just also want to dispel for any communities, because at the federal level and with a double check at the state, these vaccines have not been infected by politics. You can trust them. You should trust them. I trust them. And when my ticket is the right one, I will be ready, probably here at Kaiser with my family, to make sure that I do my part. To not only save lives, but to return our economy and our well-being and our prosperity and some normalcy to our lives. También